everyone. Let's answer the classic philosophical question, how do Plato's and Aristotle's ideas about forms differ? This is one of the fundamental debates in Western philosophy, and understanding it helps us see two very different approaches to reality and knowledge. Let's start with Plato. Plato believed in what's called the theory of forms or theory of ideas. According to Plato, everything in the physical world is just a shadow or a copy of its true essence, which he calls a form. Forms, for Plato, are perfect, unchanging, and exist in a non-physical realm beyond our senses. Imagine, for example, the concept of justice. We see various forms of justice in the world: legal justice, social justice, individual acts of fairness, but each of these is only an imperfect reflection of the true form of justice. Plato would say, there is a perfect, unchanging form of justice that exists beyond the physical world, and it's this ideal form that all examples of justice attempt to imitate. These forms aren't just limited to concepts like justice, they include beauty, goodness, and other ideals. In Plato's view, real knowledge comes from understanding these forms, which are more real than the physical objects we experience. Now let's turn to Aristotle. Aristotle was actually Plato's student, but he had a very different take on forms. Aristotle rejected the idea of forms existing in a separate, non-physical realm. Instead, he believed that form and matter are always united. For Aristotle, a form isn't an abstract, separate reality, it's the essential characteristic or essence within things. For instance, the form of a tree isn't floating in some other world. It's the arrangement, structure, and function within each actual tree that makes it a tree. He called this hylomorphism, the idea that everything in the physical world is a combination of matter or what it's made of, and form or what makes it what it is. So, according to Aristotle, knowledge comes from studying the natural world itself. By observing and analyzing, we can understand a thing's form and purpose without needing to refer to any separate realm of perfect forms. So, to summarize, Plato says forms exist in an abstract, non-physical world where they represent perfect ideals. Physical objects are mere imitations of these forms. Aristotle, on the other hand, argues that form and matter are inseparable. Forms exist within things themselves in the physical world. For Plato, knowledge is about grasping these ideal forms. For Aristotle, knowledge is about studying the world around us. This difference is central to their philosophies. Plato focused on ideals and the pursuit of a higher, unchanging reality, while Aristotle grounded his ideas in the here and now, in the observable and the physical.